Hi, I'm Earl. When I started doing woodworking videos in my shop, it didn't take me long to realize that the tripod I was using with my camera was not the ideal solution. I started thinking about ways to improve that. I decided to build a ceiling-mounted camera boom. I'd like to show that to you today. I put 7 pairs of rails in various positions around my shop. The rails will allow a 9-inch square to slide in and out very easily. Just carry it to where I want to use it, slide it in place. I don't clamp it or anything up there. If it gets bumped, it tilts, it doesn't want to slide. I haven't had any problem with it sliding out. It rotates, go 360 degrees. It pivots. It has 3 adjustable arms on it. The top and bottom arms are fixed position here, but the middle arm has a slot in it that allows it to be adjusted in and out to change some length on it. And still be able to change the angle. The bottom rod can then be tilted down or up, whatever's needed. By loosening 3 small knobs here, I can position the camera mount any place I need to. Get it close to where I want it. Tighten the knobs. And if the camera mount is mounted on there, right here, which I'm filming on the camera on the tripod now, put it anywhere I want it. It does wiggle around a little bit to begin with. After you press the button, it'll stand still. I haven't had any problem with shaking the videos after giving it a few seconds to calm down. View of the back side. I didn't have these on initially, and I found that just trying to tighten knobs at the pivot points was a little bit too difficult to do. I couldn't really get it to stay in position like I needed it to. So I cut this one first. It'll go halfway. Of course, I can swivel the whole thing around. This one I needed to be able to move it to the bottom as well as the top, up and down. So it's a circle. It's mounted, hard mounted here, pivots here, and tightens here. These are just 1/4 inch plywood. Cut them on a router with a circle cutting jig on the router. I know most of you don't shoot videos in your shop, but for those of you who do, this might be an idea that helps you out or inspires you to come up with something even better. Let's take a look at some of the details of building the boom. First, we need to cut 2 rings with an outside diameter of 8 inches. We'll use a circle cutting jig on the bandsaw for this. Next, we adjust the cut diameter to 7 inches for our spacer ring. We'll close the kerf in the ring later. We'll also keep the 7-inch disc. After adjusting the cut diameter to 6 inches, we cut the second ring. Here I'm cutting a couple of thin pieces to glue into the curves on the 2 rings. After the glue sets, they're sanded smooth. The 2 trunnions that allow the upper arm to pivot were cut from 3/4 inch plywood. The center pivot point is 1.5 inches above the base. The arch is a 3-inch radius, and the slot was cut on a 2-inch radius on a scroll saw. The 2 pieces were then bolted to the upper arm and glued and screwed to the 7-inch disc. This clip shows how the two rings cut earlier on the bandsaw are trapping the disc. The disc has been sanded so that it is not quite as thick as the first ring. This allows it to rotate freely. You can also see how the upper arm can pivot and then be clamped by the threaded knobs and bolts. The boom will be suspended from the ceiling of my shop by a couple of L-shaped rails. The rails are made from 3 strips of 1/2 inch plywood about 18 inches long. 2 are 1.5 inches wide and 1 is 2 inches wide. Here I'm gluing the strips together and nailing them with an 18 gauge finish nailer. Next, I pre-drill 4 holes in each rail for 2 1/2 inch deck screws. 7 pairs of these rails are screwed to the ceiling in various locations around the shop. Here's a SketchUp sequence showing the assembly. First the rails, then the base. Then the 7-inch disc is added. The spacer ring is next, and then the trunnions. Next, the second ring to capture the disc. Then the upper arm. And finally the lower arm and the swivel pieces for the camera. This doesn't show the middle arm. If you like these videos, I hope you'll subscribe. There's a button on the screen or down below in the description. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for watching this Made from Wood video. Have a great day.